Kind of like you're waiting for the director's cut there.
Yep. All right, I'm sharing my screen.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. My name is Mike Pfister. I lead customer success here at Nylas and work very closely with folks like Ryan and Ahmad, who will be joining us today. They're from Lead Liaison. And really, I work with our customers to make sure their integration with our API runs smoothly. In case you don't know about Nylas, we have an API that enables development teams to integrate email, calendar, and contact data into their applications, powering features like open and link tracking and other email automation types of features. So I wanted to introduce Ryan and Ahmad.
Serena, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay, great. There was a pause. I wasn't sure if we had a glitch there. So hello, everybody. My name is Ryan Shefke, and I'm with Lead Liaison. And I'm one of the founders of our business. And I focus on product management, also focus on customer success. And I've had the joy of working with Mike and his team in terms of integrating their API into our application, really to enable a number of sales capabilities for our clients. Imad, do you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Yes, sure. Hey, everybody. I'm Imad Ataya, the lead engineer on the project to integrate Nylas with Lead Liaison. That's it.
So how have you been using the Nylas API at Lead Liaison?
I'll take that one, Mike. Again, this is Ryan. So really, there are four key ways where we're using the Nylas API, and Imad could add some more details there. But number one, we're using it in what I would call inline emails. So prior to using Nylas, we have a CRM in our application. It's called OneFocus. And we did not have the ability to send out emails through the application. With Nylas, that basically allows us to send those emails out through the app. So a user can go to a profile. Let's say, Mike, you had your profile in the system. You could send an email right there natively within the application. That's all powered by Nylas. So that's number one. The second way that we're using Nylas is what we call two-way real-time email sync. So previously, if you have to get an email message into your CRM or marketing automation system, you might have to use a fancy BCC email address. So now our clients don't have to use that BCC. All they need to do is basically send emails. They can send it from their iPhone, from their tablet, from their desktop email client, wherever. And the emails will be synced up with a record in our system. So it's all completely transparent. And we know salespeople, the less that salespeople have to do, the better off we're going to be. So all of that syncing just basically happens behind the scene. So we're really we're drilling the Nylas API. We're hitting it pretty hard, pulling back a lot of information. And it's really, so far stood the test of time for us. The third way that we use Nylas is what we call rhythms. So all salespeople need some help doing prospecting and creating a plan to reach out to their clients. So our prospecting uses email and handwritten letters and postcards. And for the email component, that is 100% Nylas. So when a sales rep goes and builds out their plan, all those email touch points are getting sent, through Nylas and then going through the user's email service provider, which could be Gmail or Exchange. And then the last way is what we call Smart BCC. So that's a unique feature, probably a use case for Nylas that we would never really think of. But basically, we have one email address for a client. So it's one email per client. They use that email in the BCC, and if they're not using that two-way sync feature I mentioned, it will just copy that message, right into the CRM on the record. So those are the 4 ways. I know that was a lot, but I think the point is Nylas has really helped us in terms of enabling all of those 4 features, and we couldn't do what we're doing without Nylas here.
Yeah, that's really awesome to hear. So in terms of you've really enabled these 4 features, what are you expecting? What kind of results do you want to see driven from those? What's the end goal here?
Well, for us, prior to using Nylas, we were completely focused on marketing automation. Okay, so in terms of the evolution of our company, we came out with visitor tracking capabilities, and then we introduced marketing automation, and it really targeted the marketing role and the marketing group within a company. And now we're able to target salespeople and the sales teams. We couldn't do that before. So obviously marketing and salespeople, they work very closely together and they're always talking. So for us to be able to now address the sales team and marketing is a huge benefit for us. So the end result from a business perspective is, we really expect Nylas to be about 15% of our company revenue in terms of being able to sell what we call our sales enablement feature.
Yeah, definitely. So thinking to when you started working with Nylas, what was the integration process like? I know we worked pretty closely together, but I'd love to hear it in your own words.
Yeah, and I think Emad, if you can take that, because you were that lead engineer on the project and you were using their API, so why don't you comment on that?
Yeah, of course. Let me take this one. So basically, from the technical perspective, integrating with Nylas API went really smooth. The documentation is really good compared with many other third-party APIs that we have integrated with through the past few years. The integration was straightforward, and it also provides the best practices. So for some cases and some scenarios, they are providing examples and the best practice to apply a real-time two-way sync email, two-way email sync. They also provide answers to a lot of our questions. The support team were really helpful, and they have been providing us with answers for the questions we need, and they guided us through the integration. So integrating a real-time sync process seems challenging, but based on the power we got from the integration with Nylas, it went really smooth.
Awesome. All right, Ryan, what are your thoughts on this industry and the future of it? The future of CRM, marketing automation, sales enablement. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I know that things are growing very quickly, right, in terms of marketing technology stacks and sales technology stacks. And really, things are growing so fast that I think companies are kind of falling behind. So you would think that most modern day companies, if you will, would be using marketing automation and sales enablement, but they're really not. And so I think, as a provider, a vendor, if you will, or partner, we like to refer to that, we've got a pretty broad offering across sales automation and marketing automation. And oftentimes when we talk to companies, again, they haven't adopted this stuff, but I do think if you look at, where CRM was 10, 15 years ago, nowadays, if you talk to a company and they're not using a CRM, then you would be scratching your head and you'd be going, hey, why are you not using a CRM? I think over the next 5 years, the same thing is going to apply for marketing automation and for sales automation. So Nylas is definitely a provider and a solution that won't be going away, in my opinion, because we need you guys. And I'm sure a lot of companies need you as well for any of the 4 things that I covered. Maybe not all of them, but at least some of those pieces. So marketing automation alone, is growing at 30% year over year, very rapid development. So we expect a lot of increase in demand just because companies are really catching up. adoption, depending on who you look at, is 50, 60% of companies are adopting it. So again, a lot of growth opportunity and potential, and I expect Nylas to be a big part of that.
Very cool. Well said. All right. Well, thank you so much, Ryan and Ahmad, for joining. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And I really appreciate the time.
Hey, Mike, one more thing.
Yeah.
So I brought some marshmallows here for our fireside chat. It's on a chopstick, but hey, we'll have to do what we can. So all we need is the fire. We'll be good to go.
All right. Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, everybody.
We had a fire, huh?